we do some arm work today with still keeping it gentle, but start to work on some of the building blocks and some of the strengthening just a little bit for more advanced poses if you were to do a vinyasa class. So we are going to target the arms a little bit today. The arms include between the shoulder blades, that upper back area, and it's also naturally going to target a lot of the abs today. So it will be a little different flow than, well, but maybe not too different than what you're used to, but and there will be a little bit more arm engagement today, hopefully. I love how bright it still is out here. All right, we're going to start standing. That's why I'm standing. Feeling all that energy from the sun and the day. Just take some time to get into your mountain pose. So your feet are hip distance apart. I kind of have my feet pointing straight forward. Some people like to have them slightly inward so that the outer edge of the foot is forward, but I find that my knees come in a little too far for that. So have them parallel to each other, underneath the hips, underneath the hip bones, and just take a moment, maybe even if you want to close your eyes, and just rock a little bit side to side, front to back. Just notice how that weight shifts from one foot to another. It might be, and you also can kind of check in on your balance today. How are things feeling? And then try to get that weight even between both feet. Imagine that space underneath the big toe, the pad of the foot. Push down into that space underneath the big toe. And imagine yourself drawing a line, starting to push down through the pinky side of the pad of the foot. So you've got this line across the foot, and then draw that line back into the heel. So you're making this triangle with your feet, feeling them grounded through those 3 points. Lift up those toes, spread them wide, and set them down. We'll work our way up the legs. I'm keeping a little bit of a bounce in my knees so I'm not locking them out. Letting those muscles absorb the weight, not just putting the pressure on the joints. Imagine engaging your quads so that your kneecaps rise up slightly, and then internally rotating those legs. At the same time, we're going to tuck our tailbone under just slightly. So we're not really getting into any kind of a back bend. We're just engaging the core, really, bringing that belly button in. If your pelvis was a bowl, imagine tilting it upwards so that you can fill it to the rim with water. Engage that core. Draw tall through the crown of your head so you're elongating the back of your neck. And then as you exhale, let those shoulders come away from the ears. This is where we tend to hold a lot of tension. So really thinking about those shoulder blades coming a little bit closer together down the back. You could say melting down the back, but sometimes it feels a little more active than that. Palms face forward. As you inhale, just imagine the floor coming up to meet you, maybe even imagining energy coming up through the ground, through this earth that we're all on. And as you exhale, imagine your feet growing roots down into the earth, really feeling that solid connection with the earth. And we'll take a few moments here, coming into our practice, noticing if you're holding on to tension anywhere in your jaw, in your shoulders, maybe in your glutes. Those legs are active, but they're still very relaxed and grounded in this mountain pose. I have one leg longer than the other. I always have, and the more I'm getting into my yoga practice, the more I can actually start to feel that difference. Noticing all those little special things about your body, the little things that make one side different from the other, things that cause you pain. Let's just let go of your day. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Really think about filling up those lungs and the belly. As you exhale, letting all that air out. Let's start to add some gentle movement here. Again, we're going to be targeting the shoulders and arms a lot today, so let's get some movement into those arms. As you inhale, bring the arms out to the side, palms facing down, open up through the chest, let the head tilt back. So just nice, easy movements to start. As you exhale, bring the elbows and the wrists together, tuck the chin down, feeling that nice stretch through the top of the back. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up, letting them open up at the top, coming into a slight back bend. And exhale, let the arms float down. Inhale, arms out to the sides. Gaze comes up. Exhale, draw it all in. Let's hold this for a round of breath. So exhale here. As you inhale, breathe into that neck. Breathe into that space between the shoulder blades. And exhale here. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, let them float down. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, draws it all in. I'm keeping a little more bend in my knees as I go through this. Inhale, growing tall. Exhale, arms come down. Let's do this 2 more times. Follow your own breath. Always exhaling as we curl in and inhaling as we expand. And this time we'll add a little bit onto that. Inhale those arms out. Exhale, draw it all in. Inhale to stand up tall. And as you exhale, we're going to dive forward, but bend your knees and keep a nice flat back because we haven't done anything to stretch out those hamstrings. So coming into your ragdoll, feet are hip distance apart. Just take some time to gently let the back of the legs open up. Bend your knees as much as you'd like. You can have the arms dangling down, or you can interlace those hands in opposite elbows, maybe swaying a little side to side. Take a few deep breaths here. One more breath. As you inhale, come to that straight back. Let's hold this for a breath here. So really think about that long line from your tailbone to the top of your head, creating that tabletop. And then you can slide the arms down as much as you can maintain that length. Start to feel that opening through the back of the legs, all the way up into the glutes. Inhale here. Exhale, release forward. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. This time as you inhale, bend into the knees, bring the arms all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale through that flat back. Bring your palms, your hands next to those feet, and we're going to step the feet to the back of the mat and push the hips right back into your first down dog. It's almost like we're moving in reverse from standing back down to the mat. Take some time here to settle into your down dog, pedaling out the feet a little bit. Really think about that straight line from your fingertips down to that tailbone, that heart and head draw towards the feet, trying to get that nice length through the back. And really think about the creases of your elbows coming forward so you're feeling nice and strong. You feel those muscles nice and strong between the shoulder blades. As you inhale, we'll come down to our hands and knees. Working through the cat-cow. getting those hands right below the shoulders and the knees right below the hips. Inhale, let the belly drop, and then that wave of motion moves all the way up, opening through the chest. As you exhale, curling into that belly button, gaze comes back. Following your breath here, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale to expand, and exhale to draw it all in. Keep imagining that wave of motion traveling up the spine. Notice how everything's feeling today. On your next inhale, come to a flat back. Take a moment. Pressing through those hands, we're gonna just try to isolate a few different muscles in our shoulders and arms today. So right now you might have your elbows where they would bend outward with the creases towards each other. Plant into those hands. Keep the hands pointing straight forward. So either your middle finger or that pointer finger are lining straight forward on the mat. And then just think about turning those arms so that the creases are forward. So you're externally rotating the arms. Take a moment here and then let them back out so you can back to internally rotate them. So with the creases facing each other, internally rotated, just drop yourself between the shoulders, pushing up and down. So you're feeling that movement, that motion between the shoulder blades. So it's not like the cat-cow curve, it's just dropping your body down and then curving that back up. This is just to isolate the muscles and see where we're targeting here. And you don't want to be dropped down. Some people, Mom, you probably know the technical term for it when they're underdeveloped in those muscles underneath the shoulder blades. And you don't want to be curling up here. So come back to center. Now let those creases of the elbows turn forward. And then feel how much less mobility you have. So by bringing them forward, you're engaging some of the bigger muscles around that region, and it helps you become more stable through the shoulders there. Let's go ahead and sit back and give our wrists a little bit of a break here. So you can bend into the arms, maybe walking those elbows forward, and just give yourself some wrist rolls. We're going to be doing a lot on the wrist today. So if they feel like they need a break at any time, you can stop and give them a little bit of a stretch. And they're cracking. All right. Bringing those arms out in front of us, we'll inhale back up to hands and knees. So the first thing I want you to do is just walk your hands forward maybe 2 or 3 inches so that now you have a little bit of an angle in that arm. And just to work on strengthening through our core here, as you inhale, straighten out your body so that you're getting one long line from your knees to the top of your head. This is a half plank. And as you exhale, push it back to child's pose. We're just going to follow our breath here. Inhaling, come through table, and then bring your weight all the way forward, coming into your half plank. Exhale to child's pose. Now think about keeping the creases of those elbows facing forward this time as you inhale forward. So you're staying strong through the shoulders, engaging that core. And I'm not doing a back bend here. I'm keeping a strong line, really working my abs. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, half plank. Exhale. This time we'll inhale, coming to the half plank, so come all the way forward. Try to get that long line from your knees to the top of your head. Again, you don't want to be arching the back, and you don't want to be having those hips too high. And then, with the creases of your elbows facing forward, keeping the elbows near the body, try to lower yourself all the way down in one straight line. And come to the floor all at once. So that's a modified chaturanga, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's easy. You're still working all those same muscles. As you inhale, come up to a baby cobra. So when you're in this cobra, your pelvis is pushing down into the mat, and you're doing all the work with the lower back so your hands can lift off the ground. Then as you exhale, you're going to draw the belly up first. We want to get back to that really straight line from our knees all the way to our head. So we don't want to be coming up in, just from using a back bend to get ourselves up. We actually want to lead with the belly button driving up. And this is a lot harder doing that push up, coming all the way back to child's pose. Now I know this might be a little bit challenging, so stick with me. We'll try to go through it 2 more times. And if it's not happening for you, let's see if we can try to find some modifications. So inhale all the way through a straight body. And then as you exhale, try to lower down in one line. If you can't do that, then you can put a little bit more bend and maybe come down with your chin and your chest hitting at the same time. So it's less of that angle that is coming into the arms. Inhale through that cobra, and exhale, lead with the hips, pushing all the way back into child's pose. I wish I could see you guys on this to know if you're with me or if we have to modify. I know this can be very difficult. This is why I typically don't do it in gentle. Inhale forward, nice and straight. Those creases are forward. Bring the elbows in close to the body. So I'm trying to get 90 degrees with my arm, just like I would in chaturanga. Everything lands at the same time. Inhale, cobra, and then exhale, pushing it back to child's pose. All right, let's hang out in child's pose a bit here. You can bring the knees a little wider if you'd like, just getting into a comfortable version of child's pose. Settle in, take a few breaths, and again, give those wrists a little bit of love. We're going to be using them again. Just take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, come back to your hands and knees. Bring the knees underneath the hips. All right, get that nice straight back. We're going to inhale the right leg back. You can slide the toes, keep them on the ground to start, and then inhale that right heel up into the air. So those right toes are still facing down towards the earth. I'm trying to keep my right hip equal with my left hip, and I'm pushing through that right heel, active foot. Press into your right hand and inhale that left arm forward. Keeping this nice long line from the right heel all the way through the left hand. Shoulders and hips try to stay level to the floor. Inhale here. As you exhale, curl through the spine like you're doing a cat pose and draw everything in. Inhale to extend. Exhale, curl it in. Yeah. 3 more. And we'll hold it here. Take 1 more breath. And as you exhale, bring that left hand down and the right knee down. Plant into the left hand. Inhale the right arm open to the sky. And exhale, weave that hand palm facing up underneath. Coming down on the side of your head. Taking this nice thread the needle here. Just stretching out that shoulder blade. And if you'd like to play with straightening through the left arm, you can feel a little bit different stretch under that left shoulder as well. Take a few deep breaths here. If that left arm is extended, bring it back next to the head. Plant into the left hand, inhale the right arm all the way up to the sky, and exhale the right hand down. We'll take this to the other side. Get nice and square through your back. Let's do one round of cat-cow just to reset that spine. Inhaling, dropping the belly. Exhale, curling through. Inhale to that flat back. And this time we'll straighten up through the left leg and then leading through the heel, bringing that left leg high. So when my back was really tight last week, this stretch was one of the best ones to really help me to loosen up through the lower back. Planting into the left arm, we'll let the right arm come forward. Again, try to keep those hips and the shoulders level to the ground, working on your balance here. Inhale here. Exhale, curl through the back, draw it in. If we're doing multiple reps of something and it's too much, then just stop when you've had enough. And then anytime you know you can drop back into child's pose or any resting pose. Honor your body, honor where it is today. I'm pushing you guys a little bit with the hands, which we usually don't do in this gentle practice. So listen to your body. It will tell you when it's had enough. One more here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we'll hold it, really pushing through that left heel. And on your next exhale, bring the right hand down and the left knee. Plant into the right hand. Inhale, that left arm open to the sky. And exhale, palm facing up. Thread the needle coming down on that left shoulder. Breathe. We'll plant into the right hand. Inhale the left arm all the way back up to the sky. Exhale it down. One round of cat-cow. Inhaling, drop the belly. Gaze comes forward. Exhale, curl through the spine. Inhale to a flat back. And then curl those toes, pressing back into your down dog for 3 or 4 breaths here. And on the bottom of your exhale, slowly walk those feet to the front of the mat. Inhale through that flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let those palms face forward, coming down to your side. And we're going to begin to shift our weight into our left foot. So just like we did at the beginning class, really feel that grounding in your feet and try to bring that center of weight over the left foot. Once you feel like you have a nice solid balance, engage your core that helps draw everything in. And come up on your right toes. We're going to inhale that right knee forward, flexing through that right foot. And then leading with the heel, I'm going to bring my right heel back and open up my arms, coming into my warrior 3. So think about those right toes facing down towards the ground. You can also keep the toes on the ground and just play with getting this balance into that left leg, which actually makes it like almost like a mini squat that can, to me, feel a little bit more like a strengthening posture. So push through that right heel. See if you can get those right toes facing down to the earth. Gaze is right below the nose. Breathe here. And then we'll gently see if we can stand back up. Inhale that right knee high. And exhale, step it down. Shake it out. All right, we'll bring our weight over into that right foot. Take a moment, feel those roots grounding down to the earth. Engage your core and inhale that left knee high. And leading with the left heel, we'll hinge forward into our warrior three on the left side. So you're trying to keep the hips level to the ground, and you're really internally rotating that leg so the toes are pointing right down to the ground. And then try to gently bring that knee all the way forward and let it down. All right. So that's going to start our flow tonight. All right. So let's start by grounding into the right foot. I don't know which side we did first before, but we'll start with the grounding into the right foot. Inhale the left knee high. Exhale, bring it back, and this time step it behind you, coming into your runner's lunge. So it's a big step. If you need to, bring your hands to the ground and stepping it back. Get into this posture here where your right knee is right over that right ankle. We're going to plant into the left hand and inhale the right arm open to the side, twisting here. You can keep the left knee off the ground, or you can come down on that knee. Breathe here. If your knee is off the ground, then push through that left heel. Feel that nice opening through the front of the leg. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the right hand down and drop the left knee down. Untucking those toes, walking your hands up to the right knee, coming into your low lunge. Arms can come up overhead. Breathe here. Let the left hip come forward. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands back down around that right foot. Inhale the left knee off the ground, and exhale, step the left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Bring your weight into your left foot this time. Inhale that right knee high. And exhale, bring it back. Hands come to the mat, stepping it all the way back. So that's working on our balancing there as well. Take a moment, push through the right heel. Plant into the right hand. Inhale that left arm open, twisting to the left. Same option here. You can drop onto that right knee if you'd like. Your left knee might want to come out. Try to keep it forward. Really feeling a stretch on the outside of this left thigh. One more inhale here. Exhale, bring the left hand down and let the right knee come down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Walk your hands up to that left knee. And then bringing them up overhead, coming into your low lunge. Feeling that stretch on the front of the right leg. One more inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back down around that left foot. Inhale the right knee off the ground. And exhale, step the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up through standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Let the palms come forward. Take a moment here in your mountain pose. See if you can start to slow down your breath. And just notice how your legs feel. I'm feeling some nice sensation on the front of my hips right now. Let those shoulder blades come down the back. Shoulders away from the ears. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Forehead. And we'll flow through that a couple of times. So start by bringing your weight into your right foot. Inhale that left knee high. Exhale, hands come down, step the left foot back. plant into your left hand. Inhale the right arm open. Exhale the right arm down and drop onto your left knee. Untuck those toes. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, arms come right back down around that right foot. Inhale, left knee off the ground. And exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale the right knee forward. Exhale, step it back. Runner's lunge, plant into the right hand. Inhale the left arm open. Exhale, the left arm comes down, drop onto the right knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. Exhale, frame that left foot. Inhale, coming off that right knee, bringing your weight forward. And exhale, step the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up through standing. And exhale, hands to heart. One more time on each side. Bring your weight to your right foot. Inhale the left knee high. Exhale, step it back. Plant it to the left hand. Inhale that right arm open. Exhale, right hand comes down, left knee comes down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale the arms back down. Curl the left toes. Inhale here. And exhale, step that left foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight to your left foot. Inhale that right knee high. Exhale, step it back. Plant into the right hand. Inhale the left arm open. Exhale the left arm down, right knee comes down. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale the right knee off the ground. And exhale, step the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let the palms come forward. Can you feel your heart rate right now? See if you can start to slow down that breath. Let's try to flow through a modified vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale to the flat back. Bring your hands to the mat right next to your feet. So your fingertips are in line with those toes. And we're going to step back into a plank. So step into that runner's lunge and then step the other leg back. Get that long line, drop the knees. And then lower down with the elbows close to the body. Trying to come down in one long line. Inhale through that cobra. And as you exhale, lead with that core, coming to hands and knees, curling the toes, and pushing back into down dog. Breathe here. Inhale down to hands and knees. Exhale, sit back into child's pose. Give yourself a few breaths here. And one more arm strengthening exercise for you. Maybe more back and core than it is arms. Let's inhale back to hands and knees. We're going to come down to our forearms. And you want to have the spacing, you want to have your forearms, your elbows right below your shoulders. And the spacing is almost as if you had a block between your thumbs and your fingers. That's the distance you want to have for the spacing here. So if you do have a block, you can even line it up there. If you don't have a block, just keep those shoulders under the elbows under the shoulders. So coming into your tabletop but being down on your elbows, we're going to walk the knees back about 6 inches. So almost like you could sit back in child's pose here. As you inhale, you're going to come forward and try to get to that same straight line. And as you exhale, push back into down dog. So we're really trying to work our core here. Inhale, forward. Just until you feel that those abs engage. Exhale pushes you back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhaling here. Exhale. And if you'd like a challenge, you can either stay right here, settling into child's pose, or you can come forward, curl the toes, and push up into a forearm down dog. Feeling a really big stretch. Step back. And this is where you can work a dolphin pose. That same motion, inhaling and exhaling. Very intense on that upper back. So I just wanted to show you the option if you're feeling it. Otherwise, let's all settle back into that child's pose. Nice work tonight. Go ahead and walk the hands up to the body. We'll sit back and bring the legs out in front of us. And you can come into a cross-legged seat. Whatever's comfortable for you, take a moment. If you want to get your hips off the ground a little bit, feel free. Taking a few deep breaths here. So when I was in my first class I ever went to was not a beginner class. And the person next to me went into a full forearm handstand and then brought their feet all the way to their head in a full scorpion pose. And I basically sprinted out of that class, not knowing at all what I got myself into. And the teacher chased me down and gave me more beginner classes that he said I should try out. So as I've been doing more yoga and doing more of the arm strengthening, then all of a sudden you start to realize other poses in yoga start to become easier, like headstands, handstands. So a lot of what we did tonight is the foundation, building up all the muscles and alignment for you to eventually get into those more challenging postures. So good work tonight. Hopefully I didn't abuse you too much. All right, let's just do a few more stretches through those hands that we've done a lot of work on the wrist tonight. Interlace your fingers and push them down, palms facing out down towards the earth. You're going to follow the hands with your nose as you inhale, bring them all the way up, feeling that nice openness through the fingers and through those forearms. And then as you exhale, bring them nice and wide. And same thing, keep your nose aligned with the hands so the neck is coming up and down, feeling that stretch through the back of the neck. Interlace those fingers, inhale them up. Exhale, let them come down. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale, let them come down. Inhale, both arms up overhead. We'll let the right arm come down and exhale, reach over to the right. Let's flow here, inhaling that right arm through center, exhaling to the left. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Follow your breath, inhale and exhale. Feeling that nice stretch, keeping the opposite hip grounded as you're coming to the side. Next time you get to the right, we'll hold the stretch here. Trying to keep that chest open. Maybe you can even bring the right elbow down to the mat. I really can't do that without coming off of my left hip. So I'm going to keep it just bent here. And then I'm opening through the chest, feeling that nice stretch through the side body. So staying in the side bend, take your left hand or whatever hand's overhead. And as you exhale, bring it forward, facing down. So almost like you're dusting a shelf that's exactly at shoulder height. Now my hand is facing you. Inhale, bring that arm back up overhead. Exhale, so feeling that stretch through that shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. One more time, exhale here. Inhale. And hold here for your exhale. Inhale, bring that right arm up. Make sure you're getting space in that lower back. Exhale, over to the left. That nice opening here. Again, if you want to see if that left elbow can come down to the mat without the right hip popping off the ground, feel free to try that out. And then we'll add that motion. So as you inhale, bring that arm forward, dust off that countertop. Actually, this should be the inhale as we extend it. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, really opening up through that chest on the inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time, exhaling here. And inhale. And then we'll inhale that left arm back up and exhale those hands down through center. Take a moment to sit up nice and tall through that spine. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And as you exhale, let's turn to the right. Bring that left hand across to the right knee and use your right arm as your kickstand. So the last time I didn't mirror you, now I'm trying to mirror you. It doesn't matter, just twisting to one side. Keep that long line through your spine. And we'll inhale the arms back through center. Exhale those hands to heart, taking it to the other side, inhaling arms up. And exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale the arms back through center. Exhale, hands to heart. Get nice and tall through the spine. Inhale the arms up. This time I'm going to flex through my feet and hinge forward, letting the hands fall on the ground wherever they land. And breathing into those hips and into that lower back. Breathe. Gently walk the hands up to the body. And we're going to switch legs. So take a note of which leg's in front. We'll take the one behind it and bring that one in front. Sit up nice and tall one more time. Inhale those arms up and exhale, fold forward. Just feeling if there's a little bit different stretch through the other hip, through the lower back. Breathe. Walk the hands up to the body. Oh, all right, let's bring the knees up towards the ceiling. And we'll slowly roll our way down onto our back. Take a moment and just feel how it is to have the back supported by the ground, letting that spine relax. So all the work we did to try to engage the core, to keep our body upright and our spine straight, now we can let the back be supported by the ground a little bit here. And we'll inhale to straighten through the legs. Stretch those arms up overhead. As you exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug and take some time just rocking a little side to side, massaging out that lower back. And we'll let the arms come out to the side. As you exhale, let the knees drop over to the left, supine twist. Gaze can be out over that right shoulder. And we'll inhale those knees back through center. And then as you exhale, let them drop over to the right. And the knees back through center. Give them another hug. We'll reach between the knees, aiming for the outer edges of our feet, drawing them down, coming into your happy baby. Maybe it feels nice to rock a little side to side here. Or maybe you just feel like having some stillness. Try to keep that lower back down on the ground. And really think about drawing those knees to the outside of your rib cage. If you're not reaching the feet, you can hold on to the shins. And let the knees come back to center. We're going to get into our Shavasana pose. So if there's any other stretches that your body's craving, you can feel free to take them now. Otherwise, let's let those legs come nice and long, knees and feet out towards the side, palms facing towards the ceiling. And just, I usually offer the variations with the legs. All of those are still available if there's any tightness in the lower back. However, sometimes people are very tight through the chest, especially if you tend to hunch or if you are on the computer all day. And if you're here and your shoulders aren't relaxing down, another option is to take goalpost arms. Really let that chest open by bringing those arms up, letting the shoulders come back to the ground. So that's another variation of Shavasana that you could take. That feels good. Wherever you are, take the time to really settle in tonight. Make sure you're not touching anything with your hands or legs, that they can just hang out there freely. If there's any adjustments you need to make yourself more cozy, turn the lights down, Put on socks or a sweater, grab a blanket, whatever you need. Let's take a couple deep breaths, sinking into our Shavasana here. Begin to become aware of the noises around you. Start to deepen that breath, bringing motion back into the chest and stomach. Maybe moving your head from side to side, starting to add movement into the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, gently waking yourself up. Eventually taking a big stretch overhead, bringing the knees into the chest, and making your way over onto your side. And with eyes closed, gently pushing yourself up to a seat. Thank you for practicing with me tonight. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.